Alright, alright, alright. Now where's my link to do this? Oh, right here. Alrighty then. Alrighty, and let's go ahead. Share there. Hopefully nobody's here yet. But if they are, so be it. Post it on this site, on that site. Posted on Twitter already. All these goody social medias. Wonder if I should have maybe included like the word Minetest in that someplace, so people would actually know what I'm streaming. Oh well. Oh, hey Michael. I don't need to do that. Let's see, what else do we need to set up here? I should really get something for a cool background, but I don't have. Oh, actually I know what I need to do. I have to open up Firefox. Stream will actually start in like 5 minutes. You know, it was set to start at 7. I have no idea what that was. We don't want that. We want this. And that's too big, I think. Page not found. What? How is the page not found? The silliness. No, I don't think I've actually seen you around. I only play really on Luna. And for the most part, just because I record videos on there. But that's bad video settings. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Keyframes are not being sent off enough, which will cause buffering. Wait, what? Bad video settings. Please use... I'm just reading off some stuff here from the YouTube page. What do you mean? And you don't let me see anything about it. Oh, here we go. Oh. I don't know if I can actually change that in stream. They're claiming that I'm using too high quality of an audio bitrate. What a bunch of haloogie. I don't think I can change any of that. Wait, where does the option even get set? Oh, but now stream is healthy again. And now there's bad video settings. Make up your mind, YouTube. Is the stream healthy or is it not healthy? Like I literally have... Oh. No, I don't think I... No, it's for video. Where do I set these audio settings they want me to talk about? Yeah, I don't see any settings there. Oh, wait. I remember where that's at. It's partially network speed, and I think I've got something set up wrong on my end. Oh, wait. I'm in the wrong place again. Here we go. Properties. That was the wrong set of properties. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to stop the stream and then start it back up after I fix the settings. Good thing it's a little before 7 yet. I will be right back. And we're back. Are we back? Yes, we're back. Okay, let's see if they keep complaining about anything here. Stream health is excellent. Yeah, I had to change. I had my whatchamacallit. I should just read what it says here. Audio bitrate was 320. For some reason, it was reported at 319, which is weird. But they recommend you use 128. So I dropped it. So the audio quality is going to sound like garbage now. You probably are not going to notice any difference because one person talking does not cover enough of the audio spectrum where you're going to notice any difference. Ooh, did it just turn over to 7 o'clock? Or 6 o'clock? No, it shouldn't sound different at all. The human ear is not going to notice the difference between 128 and 320 kbps when it's one dude talking in a not soundproof room. Not even, not soundproof is where the sound doesn't come through. But when you have like the acoustic foam and everything, sound can still get through, but it won't let echoes and stuff happen. I forget what the term is for that. But this room is not that. So, I mean, it's pretty good. I've taken care of things. 7 o'clock stream starts. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another thrilling stream where we will be discussing Minetest, etc. So first things first, let's jump on over to something Minetest related before we get into the tangents and the other things. Oh, here we go. I'm like, why is there not a picture? Just took a while for that to load. So I forget what day this finished, but the intro is completed to the Minetest curriculum, or Minetest modding course as the playlist is being called on YouTube. The name's still subject to change, but I haven't thought of anything better. So, but I haven't done any video work for chapter 2 yet, but I went ahead and put it in here because I have some of lesson 1 for chapter 2 done. But let's just take a quick peek at the intro here. We have a course overview video, which is actually kind of lame. It's just me reading this text right here, and then we pretty much just show the pictures for each lesson. But we got the breakdown for the lessons here. This is going to change a little bit in layout, but I'm not sure exactly how or when even, because I'm not sure how to do some of the stuff I want to do. But we have all the different lessons to the chapter that we can click on, and you can just go through the lessons one by one, going back and forwards, navigate going up to the chapter overview, and then from the chapter overview we can go all the way up to the course overview, and we can navigate to the second chapter, which has a really weak, really pathetic and lame overview for right now, because quite honestly I'm not 100% sure what all chapter 2 is going to be covering. I think I've got some notes someplace I should actually look at. Overview. I thought I had... Oh, well, they're not there. Oh, maybe it's under the course overview. No, that's probably not it, because that's the video stuff. Okay, I guess I don't. I thought someplace... Oh, you know what? It might just be on Google Drive. Let me take a real quick peek. I think someplace I have kind of a breakdown of what topics I want to cover in which chapters. But it's kind of confusing because you don't want to do too much too quick and overwhelm people. But at the same time, it's kind of like you don't want to hold people back by not giving them enough information to do different things. Okay, yeah, I don't have really a breakdown for it. I have like the different topics I want to cover, but not the lessons they're going to go in. But so let's take a look at what I have so far for the first mod. And this actually, I have more on locally than I have here. As it says, work in progress. I thought it'd probably be a good idea to put that out. But yeah, so the first lesson, I'm thinking we're going to create 2 nodes and 2 recipes. So we have one node here, which is a really lame node. It pretty much is a white square with, I think it says first, or the number 1 ST behind it. It was written with a black pencil. Really lame texture. I just threw it together in GIMP in like 2 minutes. So it's really chintzy looking, but it's what we have. And so that's going to be the first node, and then we're going to do a recipe for it, which I don't show here. Herein lies the problem, though. So we make a node, cool beans, no problem. And yeah, I need to do that. And I thought I had one someplace. I just have a complete full overview of everything. So I'll have to write some stuff down and break it down from there. But the thing is, when you register a node, we're going to just start with a simple, node that's just a box. But there's so many node types. You've got node boxes, you have meshes, there's the different plant types, there's, wall mounted, there's, I don't even remember what all the things are, but there's so many options. So I'm keeping it basic. We're just going to do 2 normal nodes, just cubes, and then recipes. But you have so many options for recipes. There's groups, they're shaped, they're shapeless. There's recipes that use the grid, like they have to be in a certain location in the grid, and other ones. So just for example, say 2 pieces of dirt. And this is something I'm actually going to cover in one of the craft recipes, because I'm going to do 2 for the 2 nodes. And one is going to be the full grid, but only use 2 pieces. I don't know what the items will be, probably dirt, because that's always in abundance. And it'll be like the top and the bottom opposite corners. And that'll kind of show how you can kind of restrict your items to having to be in certain locations. And we'll do another one with just 2 items side by side, and I can kind of show how it can be placed at any point in the crafting grid as long as those 2 are side by side. But you still have things like replacements, where you put something in the crafting grid but it doesn't actually get used up in the crafting, it gets replaced, or I guess you just kind of get to keep it or whatever. But there's just so many things. But it's coming along pretty smoothly. One thing I haven't figured out is how I am actually going to record this. Because for everything I've done so far, I have written out the script of everything I'm going to say. And then I go into my little sound booth, which maybe sounds a little bit better than my room. I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to check, I suppose, and see if you can even tell if there's a difference. But I've been recording all the audio in there, and then just using screenshots and pictures I've edited together, or video I recorded after the audio is recorded, and tried to, which is actually a pain in the butt to do, tried to follow along with what the audio is doing, and then scoot the video back a few seconds, fractions of a second probably, to make it look like it's happening as it's being said. But that's difficult. And when it's dealing with something like typing code out, impossible. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna have to do like I do here, which, pardon the earthquake, but right there's my microphone. And I'll just have to do that. But then you get this issue. I did not want to do it. Where's my mouse? Here it is. And you hear all of that keyboard racket, which I don't really care for. I mean, I suppose you are typing, so it makes sense that there would have to be keyboard racket. unless you had a silent keyboard, which I suppose I could get one that's not as clicky, but I don't feel like spending the money. Plus, the one I have works perfectly fine. So it's gonna bug me because I hate it. But with the way everything's set up, the microphone is pretty much the same distance from my mouth as it is from the keyboard. So there's just gonna be keyboard noise. It's just gonna be there, and there's pretty much absolutely nothing I can do about it. So that kind of covers up where we're at for the course. Ooh, this is not posted on the Minetest forums yet. It will be soon, TM. I want to get the first lesson done, which is probably, I'm going to say probably going to take about 2 weeks. Because I still have to finish writing the script. Then everything has to get recorded. It all has to get edited. And uploaded, of course, which this is going to take like no time, like 20 minutes to upload the video. Probably I have absolutely no idea, because I don't know how long the video is going to actually end up being or what the file size will be. But be that all as it may, once that gets uploaded, I will be posting it on the forums, which will hopefully bring a little more traffic to it, because I don't think it's really had too much. I don't think I actually have a way to... I don't have that shown. I could dig into the analytics, but right now I don't care. Because they really don't tell me anything, because I get tons of spam bots on my website for some who knows what weird reason. Because spam bots are spam bots, and that's what they do. But yeah, so I'm going to be posting on the forum once the first lesson for chapter 2 is done. I figured the intro, I mean, it's useful, it's good, but outside of kind of giving an introduction to Minetest, which anybody on the forums probably doesn't need, because there's a pretty good chance that they're already installing mods and they kind of know what they're doing as far as all that stuff goes. So that's kind of more for like you're introducing Minetest to a classroom or a friend or a child or even a parent, I suppose. Like there's no reason why you couldn't be, you know, a retired parent or something that just they're bored and they don't have anything to do, and you know maybe they're a little older and they can't do as much active stuff, and be like, hey, you can do this, and it, you know, it keeps the mind active and you know, helps pass time, and you know, grandkids bonding time or something, you know, whatever the case. That's kind of more what the intro is for. It's not really for the people that are already involved with Minetest, but lesson 1 will be for those people who are like, I want to start modding, but I don't know how, I don't know where to start. And of course there is the wiki that people could look at, but some people prefer videos over text for whatever, and some people are the exact opposite. They prefer text over video, which is why I'm providing both. And the videos are all subtitled as well, which is pretty much useless because the full text is right there on the website. But I guess if you want to watch the video and read what I'm saying, if you're hard of hearing or deaf or whatever the reason might be, it's not, it takes like an extra 30 seconds for me, so it's no big deal to do. Where was I though? Oh yeah, so I'll be posting it on the forum in probably like 2-ish weeks. But so far, all the videos have done pretty good. They've gotten 25, 30 views, somewhere in that range, which isn't too bad. Let me pull up the old YouTubes here so I can see what I'm doing. It doesn't show me here. Well, thanks, YouTube. That's useful. I want to say I'm at like 160 subscribers currently, but it doesn't tell me on the stream page, so I don't know. But it's not too bad for what you would expect, especially due to these recent changes. So let's delve into the topic of YouTube. So I recently learned this. I don't know how long this has been the case, because this, I think, was an older video from some dude that I randomly stumbled upon on minds.com. I think it's like an alternative to Facebook or something. But so I learned that YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, they've had the stupid bell icon thing, and right down there I made a little high quality graphic to let you know about it. Basically, subscribing to a channel isn't good enough. According to this video by the YouTube peoples, when you start live streaming, they only tell a percentage of your audience that they think would be interested in watching your live stream. Because evidently the fact that you went out of your way and clicked the subscribe button to subscribe to a channel doesn't mean you want to watch their live streams, which I thought was completely bogus. Like, no, that's kind of what the subscribe button was for, because I wanted to see their content. But that's not good enough anymore. So unfortunately, I have to be like every other person on YouTube, be like, click the bell icon, because otherwise YouTube's not going to show you my videos. And now I have no idea, because the video didn't really say, if this has anything to deal with my videos showing up in, what do they even call it? Your subscription feed doodad thing? Whatever they call it. I don't know. I don't know if sometimes your videos or videos from channels you subscribe to won't show up in that if you haven't clicked that bell icon. I'm not positive. All I know is for the live streams, if you want to get a notification when somebody's starting a live stream, you better have clicked on that stupid bell icon on their channel. Otherwise, there's a pretty good chance they're just not going to let you know when you're going to find out after the fact when you see the video, not archived, DVR'd, I forget what they call it, but when you can watch it after the fact and be like, oh, didn't know they were live streaming because YouTube didn't tell me. So on that great topic, yeah, at 160 subscribers, so many like 840 more to finally be able to link stuff in the video end card things, which they said when they took away the whole monetization everything and changed the rules around. They said for verified channels, they'd still be able to link to external websites as long as they were partner websites, yada, yada, whatever. And according to the overview page for this channel, that is enabled for me. However, when I go to end cards on videos and try to add a link to my website, not an option. It'll tell me it's not enabled and I'm not eligible. Okay, make up your mind. I'm eligible in one place, but not in the other. So, yeah, I've kind of been, what's the right phrase to use here? I've kind of been decreasing the dependency upon YouTube, I suppose we could say. So, from this point on out, I think any video that's recorded, well, it's not entirely true. There are a few old mod review videos that still haven't been pushed public from when I moved them over to the new channel. But all new videos being produced, with the exception of the modding course videos, because I'm doing two versions of those, one for YouTube and one for everything but YouTube. I am not doing the end screen things. So like if you've watched any of my videos, which who are we kidding here? We all know you haven't. I'm joking. But if you've watched them all the way to the end, you know how I have that last 20 seconds, like some text shows up. Depending on what the video is, it's different. But like with the little arrow saying, you know, watch more videos in the playlist. There's a little subscribe. I'm pointing the wrong way. A subscribe thing over there. Watch more videos in the playlist. And there's something. I think it just like an automatically picked, this video might interest you or something. And it's fine on YouTube because you have end cards. But I've started uploading things to other sites because I'm kind of just getting fed up with YouTube. So I have videos currently on BitChute, DTube, PewTube, and I'm toying around with the idea of just actually even putting them directly on my website. I think that would work okay. Like actually uploading them to my web server, and then you just download them right from there. Hey, Richard, thanks for joining the stream. But I'm not positive about my server host bandwidth policy. I know I have unlimited bandwidth, but I don't know if they throttle the speeds. So I'm not sure if I would be able to put the videos there and then people could watch them without them like just buffering for forever. Because some of these videos, and this would only be for, I wouldn't redo all of my Let's Play videos. That's going a little extreme, but that would be like all the mod reviews and the modding videos. It's an idea I'm toying around with. I know it's possible. I just don't know if my server host would be fast enough for it to actually work. But that's an idea I'm toying around with, because I have every single video I have ever uploaded to YouTube securely stored on my home file server. There's 72 gigs of mod reviews. It's probably a little higher than that now, and I have no idea what the numbers are on anything else. So it's pretty much just the aspect of opening up my FTP client and then before bed dragging 72 gigs in, and that would probably take, let me look real quick, see what I would expect that to take. 72 gigs, that would possibly only take about 24 hours with my upload speeds. Now, it depends on how fast my server is willing to ingest said files, but I'm thinking within a day or two, I could have 72 gigs of videos uploaded to my server. I would then, of course, have to go through every single page and, or every single mod review page and update them accordingly to show those video URLs, which would be a pain in the butt. But if it comes to that, that's what we're going to do. Speaking of YouTube doing stupid stuff, Facebook was in the news lately, as I'm sure everybody knows. And they were doing some pretty shady stuff. And I kind of decided, you know what? It's the proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back. Now, I didn't actually personally use Facebook for pretty much anything, but you have to have a personal account in order to have a page. And I had a page. Stress on the had. And I should be looking at my webcam and not at the screen where my face is. Stress on the had. It is no more. Deleted. I think actually it might be like another week before it's actually deleted, because in order to delete it, you have to, they made it super confusing. I couldn't even figure it out. I had to Google it and then watch a YouTube video on what the URL was to actually go and delete your page. But you visit this link and then you have to wait 14 days for it to actually be deleted, which leave it to Facebook to actually not be deleted, and they're still storing all of it. But so I did that. So the fan page is gone. So if any of you guys were likers, is that what they call them? Fans? Fans, probably. If any of you are fans of the Facebook page, thank you for doing it. But it is gone. No more. Disappeared. Forever. On that note, however, let me pull back up my website here. I made a little change here. So on a lot of my YouTube videos, almost every single one, I had a section of social media links down in the bottom of the video description, which I never really gave a second thought to. I was like, yeah, everybody does this, no big deal. Why would I not do it? And now I realize why I shouldn't have done it. Because all of those videos, almost all of them, have a link to that Facebook page, which now doesn't exist. So I have the fun job ahead of me of going through and editing every single video description to remove the Facebook link. But I thought, something I should really do a little more often. And I realized, what if I ever either create new social media accounts or remove other social media accounts? I'm gonna have to do this all over again. So then I lighted upon a brilliant idea. I just created this page on my website. NathanSalpat.com/social media. And yeah, I just listed everything right here. And then I just linked this in the video description. And I never have to worry about it. If I at some point, add something, just edit the page, which I guess I can't do because I'm not logged in. But just edit the page, add that link. If I ever delete an account, edit the page, delete the link. Or if the link ever changes for some reason, which I can't really imagine why a link would change, but if for some reason it were to, I would just change it. As you can see, if you're not familiar with any of these sites, don't feel bad. They're pretty all, I don't know how new they are, but they're not mainstream. What is something if it's not mainstream? Whatever the case, they're not very mainstream. But so we have BitChute, which I didn't expect it to do that. It should have opened on a new page. But yeah, it has most all of my videos on it. When I first learned about BitChute, I was still on the old YouTube account, and they had an option when you created your account to actually mirror everything from your YouTube channel. So I set that up with the old YouTube channel because that's all I had at the point. Now, however, they don't seem to let me change it. So when I upload a video to my old channel, which I'm now using for like home repair videos and things of that nature, they're showing up here. And I've tried everything I can think of to stop it, and it's not stopping. And videos I'm uploading to the Minetest videos channel, this channel that you're watching right now, they don't show up here. So I have to manually upload them to BitChute. But, no big deal. This uses some kind of a web torrent technology, something or other, to play the videos. My understanding of it is they basically host the video. Every single video that's uploaded to their site, they host someplace on a server. And then when somebody watches that video, as they watch it, obviously it downloads to their computer. And if another person's watching it, they will upload whatever they have downloaded to that person using the BitTorrent protocol at the same time that the server is sending the files to that person. So it decreases the server load on their end. Theoretically, if one of my videos was to ever go viral, which we all know would never happen, but if it were to happen, everybody that's watching the video would theoretically be downloading it from other people who have watched the videos or are currently watching the video, and at the same time they would be uploading to other people who want to see the video. So the server has a very low, I guess, I/O demand put on it. It's a really neat technology, actually. But I think they downscale to 720. I'm not positive on that. I know that DTube, which is the next site, which actually uses the same technology as far as I'm aware, does the same. They downscale everything to 720p. Now, some of the original uploads I have here were back in the day. And I say back in the day like it was a long time. It was like 2 months ago. They were downscaling everything to 480. But they don't like tell you which are which. So I'm not sure which ones are downscaled. Also on this site, supposedly you earn money. Like I have 3,000ths. Or wait. That'd be a penny. So I have 3/10 of a cent that I've earned on this video. The weird thing about the site is, this is part, DTube is somehow associated with Steemit. I believe they like invented their own cryptocurrency or something. But some of these videos used to have like a penny worth of earnings. And now they have none. And cryptocurrency, usually the idea is that it becomes more and more valuable. So something that had earned a penny should only increase in its earnings, because your value of your cryptocurrency should be going up. But it looks like their cryptocurrency is kind of tanking. So I don't know what that means as far as like the future of the site and stuff, but whatever, they're up on there too. And then we have PewTube, so BitChute and DTube, there is no file size limit that I'm aware of anyways. You can upload as big of a file as you want with no issues. PewTube, on the other hand, limits you to a 500 megabyte upload, and I believe there is a time length, but I don't remember what it is. And it really doesn't matter, because any of my videos that would surpass that time length are easily more than 500 megabytes. So I couldn't upload them anyways. What I dislike, well, actually I dislike a lot about a lot of these sites. PewTube doesn't really let you do tags on your videos. So you have the title and description, and that's about it. So you can't like say, do a tag like Minetest or gaming or modding or anything like that, which is pretty bogus because it makes it hard to find things. So like if you search for Minetest, well, my stuff theoretically should show up because they'll have Minetest in the titles. But outside of that, yeah, you can't put tags on it. DTube limits you to four tags. And BitChute, I'm actually not sure, because I haven't uploaded too much stuff to it manually. Most of it's been from the YouTube link doodad thing. But yeah, I wish they'd let you use more tags, because it makes it easier for people to find your stuff. Let me look at my info here. Oh, one thing I tried working on, that's not actually true, I did work on, but I ended as a complete failure, contemplating my life. Why is this showing? Oh, I know why, because I'm in the wrong web browser. Helps if I'm using Firefox, not Chrome. All right, so, and I'm not logged in here, so I can't even show it. Is my login info saved? Of course, now I'm going to show everybody how to log into my website. Yes, my friends, you have to visit a page called More Power. And I don't have my login info saved. All right, well then never mind on that. What I wanted to do, because in the future certain things will be updated, like actually, for example, we have the lesson 4, which comes in 2 variants for Linux and for Windows. Currently, there is no challenge listed. No challenge whatsoever. However, I want to make a challenge. Something simple like install a texture pack, install a mod, and install a game. Different ones than, of course, what I've covered in the video. And that would essentially be the whole challenge. So the videos need to be updated to include the challenge graphic, which I haven't actually made yet. And then I have to put in the link to the challenge PDF, which I think goes on this side, in the print and the digital versions. And that way, people can download like a handout, more or less, of the challenge. But what I wanted to do, and what I can do, half of, is let people know when I have made major changes to a lesson. So like when I add these challenges in, I would make a new revision for the page. Revisions are simple. I don't actually know what the real point is. You can see the old history of previous revisions, but only I can see them because I don't have those visible publicly. So it's kind of iffy on if there's a point in doing it. But like you see the title here, it says updated Wednesday, 3/21/2018 at 12:52. That's way more information anybody needs to care about. Like, I would be fine with just updated 3/21/18. I can't format it that way though. I'm stuck with some kind of PHP date formatting or something. I'm not too well versed in that. But what I want to do is make an RSS feed for the course. And the RSS feed would only be updated for new lessons posted, obviously, and then revisions to old lessons. Because there's some edits I might make to a lesson that wouldn't need a revision. For example, say I wanted to take this body of text here, and I wanted to, I don't know, increase the font size, or put a little more space between this section and this section, so put like an extra carriage return in there. I wouldn't make a new revision for that because it's a minor change. It's not changing any of the information, or say there was a spelling or a punctuation mistake. Pretty much in anything but code, and I don't have any code on this page. I wouldn't make a revision to fix a typo. Now, if the mistake was in a section of code I was providing, I would probably do a revision change. So it would push to the RSS feed. Anybody that was subscribed to the RSS feed would be, ooh, there was an update made to this page. And then you can do like a revision note or something when you make a change and do a revision for it. So I could make my revision and say, fix typo in code for whatever. Or in the example of this, added challenge. Or when Minetest updates to the next version, you know, there could be an updated for changes in Minetest or whatever. And that would push out on the RSS feed. And that way people would know, oh, something changed. I should go back and check it out, see what's different. I couldn't make that work. I could get revisions to work. No problemo. It looks like some people that know way more about Drupal than I do have figured out a way to, and it seems kind of hacky, to use like 2 or 3 other modules to like watch for revision changes and then take those revision changes and like push them into an RSS feed, and it made my head hurt. I was like, why isn't there just an easy way to do this? Couldn't find one. In fact, I couldn't even get an RSS feed for just like the new pages. That may have been an oversight on my part because I wasn't really looking for that. But I kind of would have expected to find that while I was looking for a way to do the revision changes. What I may end up doing, I really don't want to because it's more work on my part, and I'm a very, very lazy person. So I like to have everything automated. But I could manually create an RSS feed and manually add everything for a new change. So then I would just make an RSS feed. And I guess when I did a new revision on a lesson, I would just add in a new feed item. I don't really know how to do that just off the top of my head, but I did podcasts in the past. And there was an RSS feed for that. And so I know the syntax and stuff. It's just a simple XML markup. There's nothing too fancy with it. So I'm sure I could do that. But like I said, I'm very lazy and I like to automate things. So I'd really like it if I can make this automated, because then I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But yes, the other option would obviously be to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I would hope everybody would do. But if it was just a mistake in the, in a chunk of code I had on the website, you wouldn't know that had changed from being subscribed to the YouTube channel. Of course, I could always put it out on Twitter and all of those other social media sites, which unfortunately I can't automate any of that stuff either. So I have to go there manually and compose up my tweet, copy that, go to the RSS feed. Yes. You're saying you would subscribe to the RSS feed. When it does get made, because eventually there will be one, it'll be right down in this section. I had a dead link actually sitting for it. I think it was modding course RSS, but it wasn't linked because I didn't have an RSS to link it to. So it was just text sitting there. I was like, this looks stupid because someone's going to try to click on it and they won't be able to because it's not an actual link. It doesn't go to anything. But I'm going to try and work on that some more at some point, probably tomorrow actually in the afternoon. But let's see here. We talked about deleting the Facebook page. Oh, I guess actually let me jump back to the social media page here. If you're on any of these various sundry platforms, Telegram's really not a social media site. It's more of a like a messenger kind of app thing. But I threw it in there anyways. If you are on any of these different sites, feel free to follow. I'm trying to post pretty much just like the videos and the lessons for the curriculum here on those sites, like as well as I can. I'm in the process, the very long, tedious process of uploading my previous videos that are already on YouTube to these other sites. I don't enjoy doing it. Basically, this is the process. And it varies a little bit depending on which site I'm going to. But, you click on the upload button, browse to find your video, select your video. Okay, that's the video you want to upload. Go to the YouTube Creator Studio, go to your video thing. I use Drupal. It does have an RSS feed, but that RSS feed, as far as I could tell, does not do anything for revisions. So it would only do the first time I post something, like the first time I create the article, but it wouldn't put the item back into the RSS feed when the article was updated as a new revision. The RSS feeds I have currently are not the basic RSS feed it has, because it does an RSS feed that does everything. And I have my RSS feed broken down. I have a blog post one, which is non-Minetest stuff. And then I have the Minetest RSS feed, which, surprise, surprise, is Minetest stuff. And this is done through, I want to say it's like the views module or something. But basically, this does all of my mod reviews, modding tutorials. It only shows the past 10 or something. I don't know how many it puts in there. So it only shows those. But those, it's kind of just screwy the whole way it's done. And I don't know if this is my fault or if it's just the way Drupal does things. The pages for the curriculum are done as, this is a book. In Drupal taxonomy terms, it's a book. And that's what gives me the navigation here. So then these are chapters, and then these are pages. So this is a different content type. This is a page, whereas, say, any of these are just articles, I want to say. They're just like basic articles or something. So they're different. They're different somehow. I don't know how, but they're different. And the method that I use to make the RSS feeds basically just takes all articles and then looks for a specific keyword, or not a keyword, a tag on those articles. So every single modding tutorial, I think, has like Minetest _ tutorial. And then this module just goes through every single article, and any article that has the Minetest _ tutorial keyword, it aggregates together and puts them into this page right here. And that's basically how the RSS feed works. It takes every single article that has the Minetest _ tutorial. I think there's like Minetest _ 101, And I believe the other one's mod_reviews. I believe. It's been a minute since I did anything with this stuff. I think that's what it is. And then it just throws all that stuff together into the RSS feed. Books, for whatever reason, the pages for them, I can't pull in to the module that does this. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's just me not understanding how Drupal works very well, because I honestly don't. This is a very hacked together website. I took a module or a theme that I kind of liked, and then I just kind of butchered the code. And along the way, I've kind of been learning as I go. I'm like, oh, so that's how that works. So that's how I just recently changed the pages. I finally kind of looked into some PHP some, and I was like, oh, this actually isn't very different than just writing plain old HTML. It's pulling stuff using PHP from a database. Oh, okay. I wish I would have known that 2 years ago, whatever it was, when I made this website. But now it's gotten to a point where Drupal 8's released, and I I kind of want to update to Drupal 8. But so much has changed from Drupal 7, which is what I'm running, to Drupal 8. Like, the theming system is completely different. They're using Twig, I think, instead of PHP for theming. So pretty much everything that I've kind of learned from butchering my code would be, I think, thrown out the window, because I'm assuming Twig does it completely differently. Plus, some of the modules aren't ported over, or because like Drupal 8 was a huge refactor and everything, tons of stuff changed. So it would pretty much require a lot of reworking to do, and I just honestly don't have the time to do that right now. But I'm sure with butchering some more code, I will get the RSS working for the modding course. And then, yes, everybody will be able to subscribe to that. And I'll probably even actually mention it like on the overview page once it exists and is actually working. Like, let's throw a link for it right in here. And then I'll put it on the forum topic, which will be probably created before I get this RSS stuff working, because I'm not imagining I'm going to actually get it working tomorrow, but maybe I'll at least be able to get it started working. Like, if I could get the RSS feed just showing the lessons, that'd be a good start. And then I could go from there and try to get it to show the revisions. I don't know what I'm doing. If you didn't realize this already, I'm not a real web developer. This is how I web develop. Inspect element. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's actually make this do something. Okay. So okay, I would like to get to the actual item instead of all these stupid div classes. Wow, there's a lot of. Oh, here we go. Actually, that's not even what I wanted. But yeah, you get the idea. I just use inspect element, and then I change stuff over here. No, I want to tweak this value. I want to change this up to 168. And then I edit the CSS file on the server and save it, and then flush the CSS cache. And then I'm gonna go, oh, all right. So here's a little something that I don't know how to make it there. It's visible. Yep, this work by is not a link. So it's the same color as this text here. And then I believe is licensed under a, that's all not a link. So it's the same color as this text here. So pretty much when you see Nathan Salapat, which links back to my website. And then Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License, which links to the Creative Commons website. You can barely read that it says this work by is licensed under A. Almost impossible to read. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to change that. Like, I know how to change it. I would just have to change the font color for the body text here, and it would change the font color here. But I like this color on that background. There's probably some way to change what CSS is being used for this, probably by editing PHP. Or I guess not editing PHP, but by editing the theme file, which is written in PHP. But I don't know what I'm doing well enough to do that. So it's kind of just very hard to read. Deal with it, I guess? I don't know. I'm sure nobody cares about the license of it anyways. So it's not like it's a big deal. But yeah, you really can't read what it says because it's the way it is, and I haven't spent the time to fix it. Again, because I'm a very lazy person. Anything else to cover? Anything important? I mentioned getting rid of the end cards. I guess on the note of getting rid of the end cards, I'm not actually like getting rid of the end cards. I'm still putting them on YouTube on the videos. I'm just getting rid of all the end graphics for them. That way, when I upload the video to any of these other video sharing sites that don't support end cards, which is every single one but YouTube, it doesn't look stupid. Because I've been watching a few videos from some people on these other video sharing sites, and they've definitely uploaded them from YouTube, which is fine. I'm definitely not bashing that or saying there's anything wrong with it, because I'm doing the exact same thing. But yeah, you get to the end and, you know, they have their thing like where they'd have their subscribe button showing and like their playlist, and it just looks kind of tacky. Like, okay, well, there's nothing here to click on. Is something broken? Why can't I click on this? And it's because it's not YouTube. They don't have those options. Maybe at some point they will. I don't know. But I figured, you know what? I should kind of make my content a little less YouTube specific. So if you're watching it not on YouTube, it's like, this was uploaded to YouTube at one point. That's where this was originally intended for. And now it's on this site. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, that the modding video, or not the modding videos, the modding course videos, because I am doing the two formats, are still going to have the end card screen stuff on them. And then the non-YouTube versions are going to have some kind of like an outro kind of thing where there'll be like a screen saying to visit my website and, you know, consider donating or something. I honestly haven't worked on that yet. So the whole intro chapter, the videos are only on YouTube. I haven't put them anywhere else because I don't know what the ending is going to be for those yet. Something I have to figure out. Along with the many various other things I have to figure out for the course. I think that's gonna wrap everything up here. It's about an hour long. Should probably plug the clicking that bell icon and making sure you're subscribed, which I would have to imagine all three of you probably are. But if you want to know when I'm doing future live streams and you want YouTube to notify you, you got to click the stupid idiotic bell icon because YouTube thought subscribing wasn't good enough. Or they thought that we thought subscribing shouldn't tell us about when people are live streaming. I don't know. I have no idea what their thinking was. It seems like a really dumb idea to me. But I guess if that's the way YouTube wants to play, that's the way we gotta play. They make the rules. As stupid and dumb as they seem to be. So click the stinking stupid bell icon if you want to know about future uploads. And see you guys then, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Or just if robots were in charge at YouTube, I think it would be going a little better. The video I watched where they were talking about these the stupid bell icon stuff, the audio was garbage. Like the audio I'm streaming right now is better quality than the audio this video had. There were these 3 people. I forget who they were. Some lady that was the director of something, I don't know, and some engineer guy and somebody who did something with live streaming. I don't remember who they were or what they did. But they were sitting like behind an office wall partition, I'm assuming someplace at the YouTube headquarters. And there was like all this background noise, like fans running. It was like distant voices from like someplace that you could hear. And at one point, the lady, she like turned her head or moved her head or something, and they had to blur something out from on the wall that her head was blocking. Like, these are professional people working at YouTube. Their audio sounded like complete garbage. Instead of like actually physically zooming in with the camera or using multiple cameras, no, they used one camera. Want to do a close-up on someone's face? Zoom in and post so it gets all grainy and pixelated? I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? You're a $1 billion company, YouTube, and this is the quality of stuff you're making. Like, what is going on here? My quality is better than your quality. That's pretty bad. When I'm a tiny channel that's not worth you advertising on or whatever. No. Couldn't use on the studios. They were like sitting in some back room someplace. I was laughing. I was like, seriously, YouTube? Seriously? This is okay? No, this isn't okay. Like, well, I guess I should have been sitting like this so you can see my unmade bed on the floor there. But like, I cleaned up my background, you know, I closed the closet door, I pull out my night table, I try to get rid of the noise. I do this little fuzzed thing. This little fuzz thing around the webcam. Whatever you want to call it. Like the little blurred edge. I use a nice, I don't know if Yeti is necessarily a studio quality microphone, but I use a nice microphone. They weren't even using lapel. No kidding, you did. They weren't using like lapel mics on the people. I honestly think they were using the built-in microphone on the whatever video camera they're using to film this thing for all 3 of them because it was that bad. I was like, guys, the dude who was making his response video or whatever you want to call it, he was even like, you know, they could have taken this audio, taken a section of blank audio where no one's talking, the noise removal using that sample, and the audio would have sounded 1,000 times better. Like, this is beginner YouTube stuff that people know to do. Like, if I didn't have a really nice microphone like I have, I mean, for live streams, obviously I couldn't, but for any of my other videos, and I used to do this in the past, you take your audio, you run it through a compressor or a amplification filter, then you highlight a section of blank audio where you're not talking, there's like the background hiss and stuff, and you do noise removal using that sample, and it makes your audio sound so much better. And yes, you do kind of lose some highs and some lows that your software will cut off thinking it's noise when it's actually inflection and stuff in your voice. It may have been a Chromebook webcam, honestly. Actually, it couldn't have been. Nah, it was a little too good. Well, actually, I can't speak from experience because I've never used a Chromebook. I don't know what their webcams look like, but I have a feeling it was something a little better than that because that's probably only 720, and I think the video was 1080. But it wasn't like a good quality 1080. We're talking like 1080 recorded on a $40 webcam, or not webcam, a camcorder kind of thing with like some really, really bad compression on it. And it was just so bad. It was so bad. But that's the YouTube standard, guys. That is the YouTube standard. Okay, well, now that I've ranted about that, I think it's time to wrap this up. So if you were a late arrival, this will be on my YouTube channel in like an hour or something where you can see it. And actually, let me... Whoops. I want to do this real quick. I'm just going to throw the new link for all of my social medias. It actually might already be here. I don't even know. In the video description. I have no idea if this updates like at the time, but it's in there. Oh, are there any FAQs? Or why does it say FAQs? I'll do an FAQ session. No, it should be a Q&A session. Anybody got any Qs that I can give some A's to regarding to Minetest or YouTube or anything? What color the sky is, what the weather's like? Actually, the weather today isn't too bad. Well, I say that it's not too bad. 32 out, sunny, a little windy. But it beats snow, which we had yesterday and Tuesday up in my neck of the woods. Thank you, Michael. I also am looking forward to the full course because, believe it or not, I am going to be learning things while doing this. Learning things about Minetest and about Minetest modding. There are some things that I honestly don't understand, like entities, for example. And that's something I've actually wanted to do for a long time. Like, I made this mod, I think it was called Survival. I'm not positive. I don't know. I don't think it was ever actually released. But it had a trap that you could trap animals in from 10+1's Mobs Redo. And I had the trap. You could put bait in it. You would randomly trap animals that varied depending on what bait you used. But you never saw the animal in the trap. You had to... I mean, when you moused over the trap, the info text on screen would tell you if it was an empty trap or if, I think it was trap with game. And then you would right click on it, you get a little form spec, it shows you what animals in there, you could butcher it, you could set it free, you had your different options. But I really I was like, I know it's possible because other mods do it. There's like the pedestal mod or something like that where you can put an item on like this little stand and it spins around. I was like, so I know it's possible to put an entity in this trap. So you could just see it from distance and be like, oh, I captured a wild pig or a rabbit or a chicken or a goat or a sheep. I forget what animals all I had. And I never really took the time to learn how to do it. So that I'm very much looking forward to doing in this modding course because that's something I want to do. Stationary mobs or mobs that can just walk back and forth in predefined patterns. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to get that in depth. Because I'm not even really planning, because like the whole mob AI type stuff, I think is going to be even too complicated for this course. Maybe at some point in the future, I'll do like a more advanced course and maybe we delve into that, but no promises. Absolutely no promises. Because I don't know. I have no idea how any of that stuff works. Maybe when I get to that portion of this course, I'll discover it's actually really easy to do. Because, I mean, depending on what it was doing, like if it's just going to walk on a square, like a guard mob that just, you know, goes in a square and then attacks people, that might be simple to do to an extent. Because you could be like, okay, well, I have this guy. You place him, he'll walk 15 nodes, turn right, 15 nodes, turn right, 15 nodes, and it'll just keep going in a square. But then you got the thing, well, if he attacks somebody, he's got to like save into a database where he was when he attacked it to then go back to that point and then resume his walking. And then you have to have some way of configuring this guard, which you would probably just do on right click when you place it. Pulls up a little form spec and it's like, you know, what distance to travel. But you'd be kind of confined to probably just doing a square. I don't know. It's something to think about, though. I will actually... where's my thing here? I'm going to actually write that down right now because that is... I guess I'll just throw it down here because I don't really know where else to throw it. Mobs that follow a pattern. A configurable pattern. Because that actually sounds like something that would be really interesting to do. So it's noted. And who knows? Who knows what'll come of it? It all depends on how confusing entity type stuff is. Because I was kind of planning on like doing a section on mobs, but basically just using 10+1's mob API and just covering up stuff for that.
But who knows? Depending on how it is, and again, I have no idea about how it is, it might be simple enough for me like, oh, well, we can kind of make our own basic mob API and, whatever. So, thank you for mentioning that. I will, I'll mull over that. And when we get to that point in the course, we'll see what comes of it. A moderator gets at a multipath point from a form spec. Done a lot of mod reviews, but I don't remember anything like that. So it must be something I've never reviewed. Because I would think I'd remember that. There was one I did. Some robot one where they'd follow you. But you couldn't really program where they walked or anything. Because, you couldn't actually program them, they just followed you. In fact, that's all. And I think you could, make them attack stuff. But definitely not the mod that you're thinking of. Because there was nothing fancy like that. Yeah, it's got to be something I haven't reviewed. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Could have been from before my time with Minetest, possibly. I don't know. I haven't really looked at any of the the old mod type stuff, mainly because I tend to think that the old mods are kind of ones that aren't going to work with the current version, but maybe that's not actually the case. I'm not sure. There is the this is kind of like an abandoned mod that was really never 100% completed. Madroids or something like that. But that one would let you'd make these little robots that plant seeds and then harvest the seeds. There was one that places torches and the one that would, I think, just follow you and you could access its inventory and put stuff in it. And the previous version of it, there was a woodcutter that would chop trees, and there was something else. But they kind of used a really dumb AI, like it wouldn't do a whole tree, it would just randomly chop chunks of trees. But Madroid, if you use, man, I just did a mod review on it. Somebody has a something mod. I forget what it is. But there's a thing where you could actually write code for it using somebody else's mod. The pdisk mod lets you pretty much write your own custom commands, which I did not explore at all in this video. So I don't know what it could really do. I don't know if it had any options for digging or if it was just for traveling or stuff, but it would be limited to just these little made robots. I know there was Turtle Miner, which did digging and things like that, but those looked like turtles with little mining helmets. And I've never really looked at that either because I don't think it was ever released as a finished mod. I think it just kind of maybe died as a work in progress. I'm not sure, but I've never used it, so I can't speak anything on what it did or didn't do or how well it worked or didn't work. But yeah, that's about it I could tell you on those topics because I don't got better answers. Yeah. Well, let's wrap things up. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. Thanks for hanging out for the past hour and 15 minutes, all three of you that have been here. That are here, I guess, because there's three of you now. And next month is May. First Saturday in May, there will be a live stream. First Saturday in June, there will not. I believe that'll be June 2nd, I think. Pretty sure. I have a family event the first Saturday in June, whatever day that is, so there will not be a live stream. It'll probably be the Saturday following. but I will of course mention it on my social medias. And if you have clicked that bell icon, actually I have no idea where it is in relation to this. The graphic on the screen's over there, but the actual bell icon on YouTube might actually be over there. But if you've clicked that, you'll get a notification when I start streaming in June. You'll also get one when I start streaming in May and July. And, well, you get the point whenever I start streaming. Thank you very much for mashing that bell icon. It is greatly appreciated. And, hey, it lets you know when I am putting up more quality content that is just so much fun to watch. You know, what YouTube should do, if they really wanted people to click on that bell icon, is like make it ring or do something when you click it. You know, give some kind of feedback to people. It's like you click it and you hear like Big Ben ringing or something. But maybe they don't want people clicking it. I don't know. I'm not going to get into another discussion on that though. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time. See you then. No, I just gotta stop this. Here we go.